Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the virtual FMR with Clive Finnimore, Zwift Run Channel. It is... got a little bit of feedback again. It's that noise cancelling program. And yes, it is Thursday afternoon. It is Film My Run 500 with NoblePro. We will be climbing 500 meters of elevation between 5 and 8 kilometers per hour at 12% incline. I have just realised that my treadmill wasn't level and I've been running at 2% incline for months. So when we do Film My Run 500, we're actually running at 14% incline. But hopefully, I've just shoved a bit of paper underneath, a bit of plywood underneath the back and at the front right to try and balance it up a bit, and we'll see how this feels. I'm just going to change microphones a minute. We've got 26 seconds. I don't think I'm going to have time, am I? Let's put that one on. See what that's like. Can you still hear me? Hopefully. Yeah. Hopefully that's going to work. Anyway, we better get moving, ain't we? I've got a feeling my treadmill's lost connection with Zwift, so this should be interesting. I don't think I'm going to move. Let's have a look. Let's have a look what's going on in game. Oh yes, we're moving. That's good. All good. Anyway, put the incline up. Hopefully a bit easier today. I apologise now. I don't have any noise cancelling because I've used up my free hour from Krisp today by accident. I left it running earlier. So you might be able to hear my feet thumping away on the treadmill as we climb this hill today. Be interesting to see what my heart rate is today. Here we go then. Let's walk this one out. It's 5 PM UK time. Film My Run 500 with NoblePro. We will be climbing 500 meters at 12% elevation. Hopefully you can hear me all right. I should be able to move the microphone closer now because I've turned off the noise cancelling, and that causes a bit of a crackling noise sometimes. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully my footsteps don't get too clumpy and noisy. It might be because my phone's turned down as well. So here we go then. The first 400 meters is about getting used to the feeling of the 12% incline. When we reach the first arch, we will bang it up to 5.5 kilometers per hour. We'll get up onto the balls of our feet and start to run. I thought tonight everything was set up, everything was working fine, like you do, and then the live stream starts and you realise the sound isn't working, or you forgot your heart rate. But it should be good now. Should be good. A little bit of background noise, hopefully not too bad. You'll be able to hear me breathing as well tonight. So just under 300 meters till the next arch, at which we will bump the speed up to 5.5 kilometers per hour, get up into the balls of our feet and start to jog. The Film My Run 500 is a controlled climb from the start to the finish. Disciplined run, follow the on-screen instructions. It's about trying to keep the heart rate down and working the leg muscles. It should start off feeling comfortable, but it might bite a little later on. The speed increased by 0.5 every kilometre and stays at 12% incline all the way. Anyway, if you wasn't here at the start, I mentioned that earlier on today I put the old Measure app on my treadmill to see if it was level, and it was actually already at 2% incline. So all these months I've been running at 2% incline, and when we've been doing Film My Run 500 at 12%, it's actually been 14. So I've just quickly, before this run, stuffed a piece of wood fruit on the back, bit of plywood, a few mil thick, and it's almost level now. It's still a little bit of a 0.1% of incline there before we started, but hopefully my heart rate might be a bit lower. Maybe we can keep it around 150 this week. We want this to be a slow, controlled and disciplined effort. Heart rate's currently 101. Good evening, Anthony Anderson. Good evening, Tina Beard. Thank you for joining me here on virtual FMR. Do you like that, Tina? The Zwift Run channel, slowly transitioning over. The beginning of the live stream and the very end of the live stream has now got the new logo. Like Easter eggs, we're slowly dropping them. Get people used to it. Hope it's not too noisy tonight, Tina. I didn't put my... I accidentally left my free 1 hour of noise cancelling on earlier. So it's run out. So you might hear a little bit of squeakiness. Footsteps plodding away during this run tonight. The only good thing is when the noise cancelling isn't on, I don't get that crackle on the mic when I shout too loud, which is a bonus. Anyway, 20 metres and we're going up to 5.5 kilometres per hour. Time to rise up onto the balls of your feet. Let's get running. Tina's had a beautiful day there up in Somerset. I hope you have also. Yes, we have, Tina. It's been a really nice day. Almost a little bit too cold. Almost, but not quite. I've literally just come up from the garden. I've been cutting the grass in both the garden and the paddock for the last 2 or 3 hours. I've just come up, got changed, jumped on the treadmill. So I'm a bit grass cutting knackered. Oh, pushing the lawnmower around for 3 hours. Anthony Anderson says, what a day to be out running. Beautiful this morning. And he went down to the river. Well done, Anthony. Good evening, Tina, he says. I was tempted to go for a run today outside. My son did. He went for a run on the coast path for 10k. I was a little bit envious, but then lots of family jobs kept popping up. I just couldn't get away. I decided to get the strimmer out, strim around the edges of the garden, strim the grass in the tortoise enclosures so it's not too long so we can find them when it's time to put them away, and then got the big lawnmower out to cut the paddock and the main lawn. Straight up here for Film My Run 500. Tina's been emptying compost bins into the borders. It's a dirty job. It's a dirty job, Tina, but it's got to be done. I was looking at my planters down the bottom of the garden, the raised flower beds where they plant the sweet peas and the carrots. They could do replacing this year. One of them's collapsed. First time I've been out in the garden this year to have a look what's going on. So that's the first grass cutting of the year done. Anthony says I need a ride on lawnmower. I did think about it, Anthony. Last year, I did think about it. I thought, do I get a good quality push around, or It is motorised, it does pull itself along. Honda 200cc, therefore using my legs to push it around, hopefully building leg strength and helping with running. Or shall I get a ride on? I went for the push around. I thought maybe the ride on could come in about another 5 or 10 years. We've got a ride on lawnmower at work. They have offered to me to borrow it if I want to whenever. But I don't fancy driving down the main road on a ride on lawnmower going about 1 mile an hour. This is called the Film My Run 500 because at 12% incline we will climb 500 metres. Well, at least I've got the treadmill stable, there's no wobble at all now. So I had to put a little bit of plywood under the front right wheel, which levelled it up crosswise. And then afterwards, when I measured it, realised that all these months I've been climbing 2% incline every run, even in the sprinting interval sessions. So I've just shoved this thin piece of plywood under the back wheels as well, and it's now almost level. So I'll be interested to see what my heart rate is at the end of this. We always just managed to keep it under 160 the last few sessions. So let's see what the difference will be at the end of this run. Good evening everyone, if you just joined us. Hope you've had a nice day. It's been sunny, blue skies and almost warm here today in Cornwall. Same for Tina. She's been out in the garden, putting compost in the borders. I've been cutting the grass. Hope you've all had nice weather wherever you are. Making the most of it today because we've got rain inbound for tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So I'm happy I've got the grass cut. It's been super warm where Tina is. It's almost been warm here, Tina. If you sort of find a little sheltered area and you've got your coat, your body warmer and your woolly hat on, it felt warm. And when I started cutting the grass and pushing the mower around, I actually stripped down to my t-shirt. But if you sat still in the shade, it was quite cold. Nancy's asking Tina how many compass bins does she have? Tina has 5. Is that them plastic ones that are a funny cone shape? That's a lot of compost, Tina, says Anthony. She's only emptied 2 so far. I cut my grass using the lawnmower in mulch mode, so I didn't have to empty the bag on the back. A nice lazy way, but it mulches it up, cuts the grasses so fine it doesn't even get stuck to your feet. I don't know where it goes, but it saves having to empty that bag on the back in a big pile in the corner of the garden. Just puts it back into the ground. Here we go then, going up to 6 kilometers per hour at the arch. Into the third set of today's run. 2 to go after this one, and then that final little sprint to the end. Yeah, the tortoises, even the tortoises were almost coming out today. They sneaked out for a bit of sunlight for a couple hours in the afternoon, but they're now all back in the boxes again for the night. Mr. C, good afternoon. Mr. C says, has anyone seen Tina or Clive? Tina says she should come clean. She's currently eating chocolate and ice cream whilst watching. The cat is out of the bag. Tina is now eating her health food, replenishing her energy levels after being in the garden all day. Good evening, Sebastian. How are you, buddy? Anthony Anderson climbed 300 metres this morning, which made his pals happy. Well done, buddy. I can almost see the text tonight, I think. By clicking bold text the other day, I can actually read what's on in the comments below on the live feed of my phone again. The other day, I had to keep putting my glasses on because I couldn't see anything. My son had reset my phone back to normal size text with the bold unclicked because he thought it looked silly. However, during the live stream, I couldn't read anything. Paul Hayward, good evening. Paul Hayward says, one day of hot sun and Tina turns to ice cream. Yeah, she's enjoying our one day of summer this year. That's it now to 2026. Back to rain tomorrow and the following days. Oh, it didn't make his pals happy. The 300 meters elevation. Embrace the hills. Tell them to embrace the hills, Anthony. Love the hills. Use it as part of your training. If it's not hard, it's not doing anything. My son finally understands that now. He's loving the trail running. Oh, talking about trail running. Well, actually, you have to change the setting. My VO2 max dropped from 60 to 59 after my big long run on Sunday. After a bit of research, which Oliver, my son, did, he was reading in lots of forums that when you're running hard or running fast, on the track, on the road, whatever, you use a run setting on your Garmin watch. VO2 max is switched on. When you're running the trails or running a slow run, keeping the heart rate down, go into your settings on trail run and turn off the VO2 max, because otherwise it drops your VO2 because it thinks you've lost fitness. So I've done that now. So when I run on the trails or when I'm doing a slow run outside, I'm going to use trail mode, and if I'm doing hard run outside, I'm going to swap it to run mode, and hopefully my VO2 max won't drop after a big long slow run. I didn't know that. Some of you guys might have already known that, but yeah, if you're running a slow run, make sure VO2 max is turned off. Tina says, of course, Paul. She's been enjoying her sunny day with ice cream. And now she's gone and spilt it all down her front. Anthony tried to tell his friends to embrace the hills. They didn't like it. They weren't having any of it. I bet they just moaned, didn't they, Anthony? Don't have to run up them, just walk up them, have a drink, something to eat, get to the top and start running again. People hate seeing their pace go down, don't they? Oliver, my son, used to. I said, don't worry about it, Oliver. If it's a slow, steady run, forget about your pace and speed. Just do the run and enjoy it. Oh no, Tina spilled chocolate ice cream on her favourite pink top. Get it in the wash, Tina. Get it in the wash. There we go, then quick stat check, shall we? 1.5 kilometres run, heart rate 132, cadence 166. We've been running for about 18.5 minutes. About 30 minutes left to go. At which point it should be about 5:45, and we'll close the live stream down, jump over to My Whoosh, enjoy Stephen for the 6 p.m. My Whoosh Thursday 3 with Mr. C, live here on the Zwift Run channel. So stay with us after this, swap over to the other live stream and join us for a My Whoosh 5k. There you go, Rob. Totally agree, buddy. Buddy says, I went from road running to trail running. It's much nicer not worrying about your pace. Exactly, buddy. That's it. Focus on the terrain. I was telling my son about that today. I said, respect the trail, respect the coast path. The moment you start thinking about what you're doing at work tomorrow or what you're having for dinner tonight, you will trip on a root or fall in a hedge. So keep focused on the trail ahead. I have had many a root fall when I've been thinking about other things other than running. But yeah, Rob, totally agree. As soon as you can let go of that pace and speed on a trail run and enjoy those long, steady, slow runs, it's the pressure's off, innit? You don't worry about what people think on Strava. Enjoy the running. Don't let it become a chore. I tell you what though, Rob, what I've found really useful, for me, everyone's different, but because I run on the treadmill a lot, and I know there's various speeds we run and how long it takes us to run, and what speed our slow runs are, and for example, on Zwift when we do slow runs, we usually run at 9-10 kilometers per hour. I ran a trail marathon distance on Sunday, and I ran it at 10 kilometers per hour. Sometimes it dipped to 9, sometimes it was, without me realising, it was going up to 11 or 12, and I was being disciplined and bringing it back down, and I finished that run feeling great, absolutely great. A couple of times I thought I was getting sluggish and slow. I looked at my speed on my watch and I was actually running between 9 and 10 kilometers per hour, which I was happy with. So I really enjoyed running with the speed of my watch, my data field. Good afternoon, Leafon. How are you? Thank you for joining. Leafon's asking it, can an office be so small that if someone's sick, others can catch it? Very true, Leafon. Especially if they're sneezing or coughing. Make sure you wash your hands every time you leave and enter the room or use the toilet. The people that are poorly might not wash their hands. Therefore, cross-contamination will occur on door handles, light switches and keyboards. Yeah, so keep your hands clean, keep a window open if you can, let some ventilation in. And if you're really concerned, wear a face mask. Yeah, Rob says zone 2, that's what I was doing. It was a zone 2 run on Sunday for me, Rob. It's much easier on the trail, and that's why I was running at 9-10 kilometers per hour, because that's what we do on Zwift, and that's what I run zone 2. So it worked in real life as well as on the treadmill at the same speed. Unless you're sprinting, of course, says Rob, and that's when you've got to make sure your watch is in run mode with VO2 max turned on, as I mentioned just now. If you're running nice and steady in zone 2, run in trail mode and make sure the VO2 max is switched off. Otherwise, your VO2 max will drop on Garmin Connect, which we've recently found out. Ah, I see what you mean, Leaf On. So, if there's 5 people in the office and the work is split 5 ways, one goes sick, the work now goes 4 ways, and everyone's under a bit more pressure. Yes, it is. I know that feeling. I used to be a carer at a care home, and when one person didn't come in, you were 1 down. It was a lot more work for the final 3. Oh, speed change. 6.5, missed that one. Was it kick in the eye? Here we go then. Missed it by 200 metres nearly. So we're up to 6.5 kilometres per hour for the next 1,000 metres. Heart rate 132, cadence 166. So we've got about 2,000 metres left to run in this event today. Really interested to see what my final heart rate is at the end of the event. As I've found out today, I've been constantly running at 2% incline as the treadmill wasn't flat. So we put a little bit of plywood underneath the back wheels. So now, hopefully, it might end up a little bit lower. And of course, keep checking the Zwift Companion app, see what events are going on. I'm pretty much stick to the same thing for myself. Do what's good for you. I'm in my little routine on Zwift, my whoosh, and outdoor running, and it seems to be working for me. I'm not getting too exhausted. I'm able to run each day. My part run speeds are slightly increasing each week. So as long as I'm getting plenty of sleep and rest and staying hydrated, we should be all right. So Monday nights I like to do an interval session on my whoosh at 5 PM. Tuesday nights, we do Film My Run 500 with NoblePro, same as this event. We finish that one and we jump over and join Tina and Sebastian on Tina's Tuesday social at 5:30. Wednesdays, we join Stephen Cousins for the marathon training sessions, spring marathon training sessions, 6:30. That will become Wednesday workout in a few weeks' time on Zwift. Thursday we're here, what we're doing now. After this we'll join Stephen for a My Whoosh run at 6. Fridays, 6:30 we like to do a long run on Zwift. Saturdays is park run, and Sundays is outdoor long run. And that's pretty much what I do every week from now on, hopefully. Unless life issues get in the way or family commitments, or fingers crossed, injuries occur. But at the moment, all good. I've been very good this year, Tina. I've been to every park run since January. So I think I'm on about 46, 47 now. We're getting ever closer to the 50. Rob says, do I generally run half marathons, races on the road, or mostly training centered on the treadmill? Generally, all my interval sessions, all my fast interval sessions, are on the treadmill. I find it a lot more disciplined. I find the treadmill forces you to run that speed, where outside I'd be too tempted to slow down or take a break or be a bit conscious that people are watching you and walking along the road, then sprinting hard, wondering what you're up to. So my son's the same. We like to do our interval sessions on the treadmill, which is Mondays and Wednesdays. And then my long runs outside. And then of course we do a few group social runs on here as well, which is nice to keep in contact with the virtual runners. We all keep each other motivated. It's nice to hear what other people have been up to. Clifton says, do you have foot mailmen or van mailmen? They have both, Clifton. I live in a farmhouse in the country, so they all have a van. They usually drive to an area, leave the van parked up, and then walk around for a bit in a group of houses, and then get back in the van and drive to the next area. Tina agrees, she's the same. She lives in a rural area with their posties, drive their vans to an area and then deliver on foot. Anthony Anderson also agrees. Tina says, well done Clive, going to every park run this year. She's got too lazy. No, you're right Tina. You've done over 300 park runs. You're allowed to miss a few. I'm only on 46, 47. You are the queen of park run, Tina. Oh, well done. Paul Hayward's decided he's going to nip outside for a run this evening because the weather's nice and he's going to make the most of it before the rain comes tomorrow. Have a good run, Paul. Cheers, buddy. Thanks for popping in. Tina says, enjoy your run, Paul. Way to go, Paul, says Anthony Anderson. Paul says he's still waiting for his Garmin to lock onto GPS. It takes ages. If it's a slow run, Paul, make sure that VO2 max is switched off. Otherwise, your VO2 max might drop. Anthony says, as long as Tina stays in front of Stephen at parkrun, that's what counts. 100 metres to go to the next speed increase. Tina says, Stephen's slowly catching her up. She'll have to get back to it soon. You're right, Tina, you're about a year ahead of him. You've got to stop for about a year. Leafon says to me, live on a farm in the country. In the countryside, where it's all fields and trees and farms. I live in Cornwall. Cornwall. Cornwall, which is the southwest of England. Up to 7 kilometres we go. If you look up Cornwall on the internet, Leafon, you'll see that it's a lot of farms and hills and countryside, coastal paths, beaches, moorland. So the run I did on Sunday, I like to call it the surf and turf, because it's along the coast path, on a bit of country road, down through a woodland forest, along a river, and then it finishes off on the coast path again. So it's a bit of everything. Paul Hayward's GPS is locked on. See you later, Paul. Have a good run. Leafon says, imagines a wall of corn. It's probably what it meant, wasn't it, originally? Hundreds and hundreds of years ago. As they come across into Devon, there was a wall of corn on the River Tamar. So they called it the Corn Wall. I don't know if that's true or not. So don't quote me on that. But it sounds good, doesn't it? There is a lot of corn growing down here. So less than 2 laps around the track now, till the next arch. We've got about 10 minutes left to go here on the Film My Run 500 with NoblePro. At the final arch, at the end of the event, I will drop the incline to 0, increase the speed to 10 kilometers per hour. We'll round it up to 5 kilometers. We'll end the stream and then we'll jump over and meet Stephen for the 6 o'clock live stream on my whoosh. Anthony Anderson says he notices on Google that Lou has had a subsidence in the hardened wall. Yes, it has. There's all sorts of things going on there, Anthony. There's all new plans in for a new harbour wall and an extension harbour, turning it into more of a trying to think of the word, marinery type environment. But that's been going on for years and years. Whether it will ever happen or not, we don't know. Unfortunately, if they do it and build the new walls, it will change the look of Lou. You know, the banjo pier. So I think there's a lot of resistance against the new plans from the locals. Tina says, my God, that ice cream was good, but I'm now frozen. Oh my God, Leafon. Leafon says, yesterday they had a blizzard of snow thrown into face at high speed. Not nice experience. I bet you're looking forward to that moving on, aren't you, Leafon? Waiting for all the snow to melt and go away so you can get outside again. It's like that here, but we're just waiting for the rain to go away. The rain and the strong winds, that's what we get down here this time of year. And then today you get a nice sunny day, out come the shorts, you think it's summertime, and then it all goes away again tomorrow. .400 metres into the next arch. Heart rate currently 147. Trying to bring the heart rate down a little bit. One, 4, 5. Anyway, the temperature here in the Cornish Zwift garage tonight is 12.5 degrees centigrade. Humidity 47%. No, Frankie has not been fed. Dog feeding check there by Lucy. Frankie is our little pug. He never stops eating, and he's obviously ripping her leg off because he hasn't had his 5 o'clock dinner. He knows exactly when he should have his dinner. So she's just popped out to ask me if I've already fed him, because he's a cheeky bugger and he will see another owner and pretend he hasn't been fed. So she was just checking with me to see if I'd done it, which I haven't. So now Frankie will be happy because he'll get his dinner. So Leafon's a mailman and is looking forward to the snow going away so he can do a few hours, 6 days a week, delivering the parcels and the letters without any snow obstructing his route. Minus 20. Oh my God, Leafon. That is cold, isn't it? I couldn't cope with that. I'd just stay in bed. So here comes the penultimate arch, the one before the final one. 50 metres to go. We'll up the speed to 8 kilometres per hour. Ziggy the zombie says, that's insane, minus 20. It is, isn't it, buddy? Thank you for joining us here on the Zwift Run Channel, soon to be virtual FMR. Leafon said it's minus 20 in the winter. Yesterday was minus 5. Still too cold. Here we go then, final speed increase, 8 kilometres per hour, 200 metres to the final arch. Ziggy the zombie says, hello, it's my first time here. Welcome along, Ziggy. Welcome to the conversation. If you're not already aware, this is Zwift. We also run on MyWhoosh. Come and join us in game. If you have a treadmill, if not, join us, have a chat, watch a conversation, watch us sweat and struggle. And if you think we're all a bit weird, please like and subscribe, hit the thumbs up. We really support can't even talk now, look. Appreciate your support here on the channel. Final sprint. Incline back down to 0. Maximum heart rate 160. So we kept it on the 160 or below by the end of the event. Picked up a bit there in the last 200 metres. Here we go then. 0% elevation, speed up to 10 kilometers per hour. Just to round it off to 5k for the session. Anthony Anderson said if it was that cold here, Anthony Anderson would turn into a tortoise, climb in the fridge and hibernate for the winter. Ziggy, this particular run is a hill climbing session. We run at 12% elevation incline on the treadmill, which is my maximum for my treadmill, which is about 500 meters in 4.2 kilometers. I'm just going to run it on now to 5 kilometers to round it off because if I don't round it off, I can't sleep. It's about 45 minutes, this workout. We run various workouts through the week, so if you subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, you'll see when we plan to run or when we are actually going live. We run interval sessions, long, steady, slow run sessions, hill sessions, and social sessions. You can find our runs in the Zwift Companion app, and we've also got a running club called FMR, Foxtrot Mike Romeo. Join our club in the Zwift Companion app. Join in with a chat in there. We're a friendly bunch. There is, to bikes, there is a special treadmill, the Wahoo treadmill, that is just about to be released in the UK, which is an automatic incline. But there's also an app called the Kinney app, which links to your treadmill, links to Zwift, and will automatically adjust your incline on your treadmill. We usually run at 0% incline here. We don't follow the terrain information up in the top right. When we run hill sessions, we run them at max, or sometimes we'll give screen prompts, or we'll tell you the incline changes in the live stream. But yeah, we will be live streaming again at 6 PM today, and we'll be running on MyWhoosh, which is another running app. Primarily a cycling app, but they've just brought out running last year. It's a lot more basic compared to Zwift, but the graphics are good. So come join the Zwift Run channel at 6 PM. Say hello to Stephen, who will be live streaming at 6. And have a look at MyWhoosh, see what you think. So I've got just under 200 meters here now left to run today. That's my Thursday Film My Run 500 with NoblePro treadmills. Session complete this week. So Ziggy, yeah, we run this one every Tuesday and Thursday at 5 PM UK time. We run on MyWhoosh Mondays and Thursdays, and we also run on Zwift Wednesdays and Fridays. So Monday to Friday we are here on the Zwift Run channel, live streaming around 5-6 o'clock. Yeah, Ziggy's heard of MyWhoosh as well. Yeah, stay tuned, buddy. Join us at 6 PM and you'll see us running on MyWhoosh. See what you think. Ask any questions you feel either someone in chat can answer, or Stephen or myself will answer during the live stream. Anthony Anderson says, well done, Clive. Tina says, nice work, Clive. There we go, that's 5 kilometers done already. We can hit stop. Anyway, there we go. It's another 500 meters in the bag. Thank you everyone for joining us here on the Zwift Run channel today. Thank you, Ziggy the Zombie. Come back and join us at 6 PM tonight to see MyWhoosh. Thank you, Anthony, Tina, Paul Haywood, Leaf On. Who else? I haven't missed anyone. If I've missed you, thank you very much. All this Rob as well. Rob was with us as well today on the live stream. Sebastian, cheers, buddy. And that's it. Anyway, thank you, Mr. C. We will see you at 6 PM in 13 minutes here on the Zwift Run channel for a bit of MyWhoosh. And back again tomorrow at 6:30 PM for spring marathon training, medium to long run. I will be back here on Monday for a MyWhoosh interval session. If I don't see you before, have a good weekend, everyone. If not, I'll see you in 13 minutes and again tomorrow evening. Anyway, thank you very much. See you again next time. Stay safe, take care. Cheers. Bye-bye.